Explosive, controlling, fiery, disciplinarian. These words can be used to describe a boys' high school basketball coach, a profession normally reserved for a dominant male figure. In the city of Boston, there are 17 boys' high school basketball head coaches, and all of them are men, except one. Megan Waterbury is in her first year as the head coach of the Snowden High School boys' basketball team. But while some might think it's strange for a woman to be leading a group of young men on the hardwood, Coach Waterbury fits right in, mainly because she's been involved with the men's game of basketball her entire life.
I'm from Michigan, born and raised in Michigan, and I got started with basketball watching Detroit Pistons and the Bad Boys. Growing up, I always played with guys. When I was in middle school, I wanted to be the first woman to play in the NBA.
But while Coach Waterbury has always been at ease with working in this male-dominated industry, others in her profession haven't always felt the same way.
When I graduated from Grand Valley, I wanted to get an assistant coaching job or a grad assistant job somewhere else, coaching men, because that's all my experience was, coaching men. And I sent out like 60, 80 resumes, and I didn't even get like thank you, no thank yous or anything like that. And I sent out 2 resumes to women's programs, and both of them I got interviews with, and I got a grad assistant job right out of college with a women's program.
After 8 years of coaching in the women's game, Megan Waterbury got her first shot at coaching men in 2007, when she was hired as an assistant coach for Snowden High School. And despite some doubts early on, the players at Snowden quickly learned that Coach Waterbury could hold her own on the sideline.
At first I didn't think that she would be like good because she's a girl, whatever. But then as practice went on, I knew that she knew what she was talking about.
And that trust was only strengthened in the state tournament, when Megan was forced into the role of head coach.
It was a game when we went to the States last year, and it was a game that we was down by double digits, and Coach Brock couldn't coach that game because of the incident that happened game before that. And she took over and she got us back in the game, and it was like, if she get us out of that situation, then what situation can she get us out of, basically?
So when the head coaching position opened up at Snowden this season, every player on the team knew exactly who they wanted to lead them.
Well, we just asked all the basketball players to come and support to get her to become our coach.
The guys, went to the principal and said, principal, assistant principal, and said they would were really hoping to have me as head coach. So.
Now at the helm, Coach Waterbury has thrived in leading the Snowden Cougars. And contrary to popular belief, her gender actually serves as an advantage when leading young men from the inner city.
You gotta think about it. Most kids are raised in a single family household, and most of them are raised by women. So to some of them, it gets to a point where, okay, they see her as a coach. At the same time, I don't see nothing wrong with her being a head coach at all. Because when you think about it, a coach is like a certain type of figure, a figure that they respect.
Of course, there are still small obstacles that a woman leading a group of young men must face. But Waterbury meets those small challenges head on, including the one question that seems to be on everyone's mind.
I think most of the kids always get like, does she come into the locker room and stuff like that? I have never had a problem with the locker room. It started from when I was in college in Grand Valley. The men just go in before and say, women coming in, everybody good? And then I wait for them to come out and say, everybody's good, and then I go in. And obviously they know to, wait until I leave to change or do anything like that. So no, I've honestly never had a problem with it.
Through persistence and hard work, Megan Waterbury has proven that she belongs in this fraternity normally reserved for men. And as she seeks to put her own stamp on Snowden's basketball program, she's also thankful for the positive feedback she receives along the way.
We were at Nantucket High School on Sunday, and I had this little old lady who was maybe like 80 came up to me after the game and put her arm around me. She's like, I have never seen a woman coaching men's basketball. That is so great. And I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? Like this 80-year-old lady coming up. So I mostly get the really positive stuff. I would really like to stay in high school level, build Snowden to a powerhouse, and it's kind of my future goals right now.
Let's go. All right, 1, 2, 3, all right.